I just want to say good morning and welcome to all of you to the Jackson County Administration Building today. My name is Marshanna Smith. I'm the Public Information Officer for Jackson County and will be your MC for this morning. We have an important announcement about a new initiative that will enhance the safety and security of our Jackson County residents, so thank you all again for joining us. Today, you will be hearing from several key leaders who have played a critical role in helping to bring this program to life. They will be sharing more details about how this program works and how it will benefit our community as a whole. We will also recognize the partnerships and collaborative efforts that have made this initiative possible, including the critical support from our local and national leadership. Before we begin, I'd like to remind everyone that we will have a brief Q&A about the program at the end of our press announcement today. So if you could hold your questions until then, that would be great, and we'll be sure to take them in an orderly fashion. It's now my honor to introduce our first speaker, a leader who has been at the forefront of ensuring Jackson County remains a safe and secure place to live. That would be our Jackson County Executive, Frank White Jr. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Thank you, Marshanna, and thank you all for being here this morning for this great announcement. It's something that we've been working on for some time at the request of Congressman Cleaver, and today we've come to that point where we can confidently say that we're here to help our folks and help keep our county safe. It's called the Property Fraud Alert Program. Property fraud is growing, it's a growing problem across the country. And unfortunately, criminals will stop at nothing to deceive, lie, and steal. They're finding ways to take over people's homes and land by filing fake deeds and other documents. For those who fall victim to this crime, the stress and financial burden can be overwhelming. Imagine working hard to buy your home, securing a piece of the American dream, and building wealth for your family, only to have it taken away without any warning. It's sad and scary, but it's a reality. But today, we are fighting back. Jackson County Property Fraud Alert Program is here to help. The free service will notify property owners if there's any activity involving their property records. It's simple, effective, and is a must-have tool for homeowners who want to protect their most valuable asset from fraud. I encourage everyone to sign up today. Don't wait to take action. You can get notifications by phone, by text, or email. Just call 1-800-728-3858 or visit www.jacksongov.org to get started. We're proud to partner with Fiddler Technologies, a trusted company that runs this program in communities across the country. They provide a dedicated call center for support, so help is always just a phone call away. You will hear more about this program from them just shortly. This program would not be possible without collaboration. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize one of our strongest partners in Washington, D.C., Congressman Emanuel Cleaver II. Congressman Cleaver has been a tireless advocate for property owners in our counties and our communities. His leadership in Congress has been crucial to tackling this issue on a national level. His Good Deed Act legislation is a beacon for the hope of property owners everywhere, making it harder for criminals to manipulate the system. His work has highlighted the urgency of this problem, and we're proud to follow his lead here in Jackson County. Congressman Cleaver, we are deeply grateful for your unwavering support and commitment to protecting our communities. On behalf of Jackson County, I want to say thank you very much. I also want to extend my appreciation to our Chief Administrative Officer, Sylvia Stevenson, and our Recorder of Deeds Director, Diana Smith, for their hard work in making this program a reality. Our homeowners are vulnerable to this scam, and I don't want anyone to fall victim, so I urge all homeowners to stay informed, stay alert, and take steps to protect themselves. Today, Jackson County is giving you a way to do just that. Remember, it is free to sign up. Just call 1-800-728-3858 or visit www.jacksongov.org. With the support of leaders like Congressman Cleaver and our partners at Filler Technologies, we will keep working to make Jackson County a safer place for everyone. So I would also like to take this moment to say that I'm really proud to introduce a man who needs no introduction, my friend and colleague, Congressman Emanuel Cleaver. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Executive White. I can't tell you how thrilled it is for me to have a chance to work with Frank White, the county executive, Jalen Anderson on the legislature. There are people watching the news right now in the Kansas City area whose homes are either already been taken or somebody's plotting to take it. In 1977, Elvis Presley died. We never would have heard of Elvis Presley but for a guy named Mike Lieber and Jerry Stoller. Mike Lieber is a good friend of mine. They're two 18-year-old Jewish kids who had never been to Kansas City, and they wrote a song called Going to Kansas City. And their next song created a worldwide phenomenon. They didn't know it at the time, but they wrote a song called You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. And when Mike Stoller came back from Europe, they were greeted by your people, the news media. They said, you guys have a hit. And they said, what is it? They said, well, some skinny kid from the South has just made a hit out of the song you guys wrote called Going to Kansas, called You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. Now, I'll give you that connection with Kansas City because of what we're doing right now. Gracie Mansion, maybe one of the best known residents in the United States, where Elvis Presley lived and died in 1977. His family had to go out and spend thousands of dollars because of deed fraud on Gracie Mansion, Graceland in Tennessee. If they'll try to take that residence, they'll take anybody's. We've met in my office with FBI, with acting chief at the time, police chief in Kansas City, the detectives who are assigned to do the investigations on this, and they will tell you, as they told us in my office, they said somebody can take your house, you, former mayor, member of Congress, they can take your house and you wouldn't even know it. We have a really serious problem, and if you sat in my office with the couple from Independence, Missouri, who were not even allowed to go into their house that they owned because it had been stolen. This is a serious problem. I went the whole route with Elvis Presley so you can understand, and that the viewers will understand that their homes can be stolen. I don't care how much education they have, and I don't care how much money they have. It can be stolen, and it's being done all over the country. My first cousin in Dallas, Texas, Donna Francine Cleaver, she was on the edge of having her home stolen. The only thing that saved her was her son moving in and deciding to go and look at the deeds and everything in the courthouse down in Dallas County, and saw that somebody had come in and said it had been sold to him, and they were able to catch it in time. This is serious business. That's why I'm thrilled that the county legislature, under the leadership of Frank White, is dealing with this issue. Now, I have a piece of legislation that I've introduced called the Good Deed Act. The Good Deed Act would make available $10 million, which is where we'd have to start, to give to local communities like Jackson County to work in this area and trying to make the problem known nationwide. And then we can get some final solutions in all of the counties and cities around the country. The Good Deed Act is simply getting the federal government involved. Right now, the FBI does not even keep records on deed theft. My legislation would then require the FBI to do that, and then we can then begin to see just how huge a problem this is around the country, and I think it would attract other counties to do what Jackson County is doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman Cleaver, and I think we all got your point. Very good example. Thank you. Now, I know I'm kind of going off the cuff here, but I know we have a First District at-large legislator Jalen Anderson here, and I just want to offer you the opportunity, if you would like to say a few words, you are able to do so. If not, no pressure.
I'll just
Okay.
very quickly. Well, I'm very proud to stand with these two leaders behind me today, and the leadership of our Recorder of Deeds and our partners throughout the area. I think this program is going to be something crucial, and it's something that we haven't seen, but that has been needed. I think that speaks to the leadership of not only County Executive Frank White, but Congressman Emmanuel Cleaver. Finding these issues that aren't on our radar are things that can be crucial, life or death situations. Folks who have put money into their homes, own their homes, but then all of a sudden have it stolen right out underneath them. I think this is a great step forward, something positive happening in our area, something positive coming from Washington, and I'm proud to stand here and support our county executive and our congressman. Thank you.
Thank you, Legislator Anderson. Next, we're fortunate to hear from someone whose office is at the very heart of this initiative. That would be Diana Smith, who is our Recorder of Deeds Director, and she's been instrumental in helping to make the Property Fraud Alert program a reality. Please join me in welcoming Diana Smith.
Thank you, Marshana. Thank you to County Executive Frank White Jr. and Congressman Emmanuel Cleaver for collaborating on behalf of Jackson County, Missouri homeowners to implement an alert program that will notify interested parties of documents recorded in the Jackson County Recorder of Deeds office. Predators typically target our most vulnerable homeowners, which are seniors, absentee property owners, and vacant homes. This year, thus far, the Recorder of Deeds office received 20 suspicious activity reports, which simply means that they found a recorded document that they believe was presented under false pretenses. This number may seem small, but one of these claims are found to be valid. If one of these claims are found to be valid, someone's most valuable assets that they have worked hard to obtain for themselves and for their family is compromised and can be quite cumbersome to have rectified. Therefore, having a program that will alert you when any document is recorded will allow residents to be notified immediately, and if they believe the alerted document is fraudulent, it gives the ability to report it to the authorities sooner than later for investigation and resolution. If someone feels that they are a victim of fraud, here are some steps that you can take. Search our online public record at jacksongov.org. Click on Search Public Record from the home page to search for the most current deed on a property. If you feel that a fraudulent deed has been recorded, you can print the document from the website and report it to the police at the nearest police station where the property is located. You can also call the Recorder of Deeds office to report a potential fraudulent document, and we will forward the report to the authorities for investigation. However, the Recorder of Deeds office does not investigate fraud claims or receive status follow-ups on investigations. That is why we strongly encourage anyone to also report any fraudulent activity to the local authorities so you can follow up and receive any available investigative updates. Or you can consult an attorney from the start and let an attorney handle the situation for you. The Recorder of Deeds has worked diligently with Fiddler Technologies over the last few months to implement the Property Fraud Alert program. So now I am honored to introduce Mr. Alex Riggin, President of Fiddler Technologies, and he will talk more about the alert system, how it works, and how to sign up. Thank you.
Move it down. I'm not as tall as some of the people here, but that's okay. I didn't play pro baseball, so. There you are. So yeah, I'm honored to be here. This is one of our favorite products that we offer to counties and county recorders because it truly benefits all the taxpayers and constituents out there that own some kind of home or property, and it's something that makes it very visible. And the fact that Jackson County is the 25th county in Missouri to offer it, we have about 400 now nationwide that offer it, and just this year we reached 1 million constituents who have signed up for the service. Shows that people are seeing that it's worth it. It's free. It does something to protect their property. It's a legitimate thing. It's not just fluff that we're saying, hey, we're offering this new thing to everyone. This is very valuable to everyone. So kind of how it works. I was going to go into some of the Graceland story. It was you that did the Graceland story, because I was huge. That made national news a few years ago. Halle Berry went through the same thing. She, I don't remember if she went on vacation, came back, but she was in the news because someone had filed fraudulent deeds. But those are people that have a lot bigger teams and a lot more people watching what's going on with their property. There's people who don't have that kind of connection or know that they can go check the recorder's office or even know this is a thing, that something happens to them, someone files a fraudulent deed or power of attorney or anything, and they don't find out about it for 5 years when it's a lot bigger process to fix that up, a lot more time, a lot more money, a lot more legal fees, all that kind of stuff. So this helps benefit everyone. The way you sign up is incredibly simple. You can go to the website, propertyfraudaler.com, or at the jacksongov.org. Down at the bottom of the homepage, it has it there. And then for those who don't have as much familiarity with using a computer or have internet access, we have our support line that we mentioned the number multiple times, but that is 1-800-728-3858. And we have a team back at the Fiddler office that answers these calls during business hours, or we'll follow up if they leave a voicemail. But it's to help a lot of the elderly or just people that need a little additional help of what is this, how do I sign up, how does it work. Our team helps them kind of walk through that. Once you're signed up, you're going to put your first name and your last name. You're going to tell them via a little checkbox, I want email alerts, I want text alerts or phone alerts, and you click OK. And once that's done, what happens is every time the county recorder's office records a document and it matches the name that you put in there, you're going to receive an alert. What that means is don't be scared and freak out when you get a text that says you just got something from Property Fraud Alert, because if you did just refinance a house or you bought or sold a piece of property or anything like that, or someone that has the same name as you did something, you'll get an alert. This is just a way to make sure that you have peace of mind that you know everything that's happening. It gives you the chance to double check it, especially if you sign up for a text or an email. It's going to have a link to go view that document that was recorded. So you can look, you can see, is this legitimate? If you don't know, you can ask for some guidance, maybe from the county recorder or any legal person you want to go to just make sure this is not something you need to deal with. But just knowing that if you find something that might be fraudulent and you found out about it that day versus a year from now when you're trying to sell your home, the impact and the time and what it's going to do to you is greatly different. So you're truly saving your taxpayers a lot of money dealing with this. Also, they're going to sleep better at night knowing that. I even know of a lot of people that they sign up for themselves, but they sign up for their elderly parents or other things like that, just so they can keep an eye on the family and what's happening. Other than that, it's completely free to use. You know, the names and the details you put in there for contact info is only ever seen by Fiddler for this purpose and the recorder for this purpose. It's not, you're not going to suddenly get spam emails or anything like that. We get that question a lot because I know people are cautious and it's legitimate. This is truly just for this. Other than that, there is on the website, there is bilingual support. So when someone's on the website, there's a little drop down to say, I want English or Spanish. So the whole site is in one or the other. And then if you want to get the alerts can be in Spanish or English as well. So you're trying to reach everyone you can, especially because there's certain demographics that are more targets: the vacant properties, the elderly, non-native English speakers, people people think they can do something like this too, and they're not going to know what's happening or even realize they're being victimized. So we've tried to make it so it works for as many people as possible. But yeah, it's simple. It literally takes less than a minute to sign up each time you do it, and so you go do it once and you're signed up for life, and it protects you. I'll hand it back to Marshana.
All right, so thank everyone for sharing their comments and insights about the Property Fraud Alert Program. I'll just go down the line and see if any of our news friends have any questions. So I'll start with Eric with Spectrum. You're good? Okay. Carrie, do you have any questions? Who else? Joe. Well, both Joe, so I'll start with Joe with KCTV5 first.
I know we're talking kind of big picture and countywide, but are there any examples that have happened recently that we could kind of showcase as well, like how valuable this is? I mean, it's happening in our back door. I don't know if that's allowed.
I don't know if you have
Well,
any. Go ahead.
We've met with people. When we called when we had the law enforcement people in our office, this family was kind enough to come over. I say kind enough because they had been humiliated, and they were elderly from Independence. I don't know. I'm hesitant to give their name unless I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I'll not do that then. But there are people, and here's the issue. People are embarrassed to come out and say somebody just stole my property under them. In the term of Graceland, an investment company was getting ready to sell it at an auction. At an auction. I mean, and so if somebody, I mean, if you can do that to that kind of a family, or Halle Berry, I hadn't mentioned that. I was glad you mentioned Halle Berry, or even my cousin with a master's degree. She's not some body that just ignorant. I mean, they'll take anybody's house, and the police officers were very clear. The number one guy in town who's stealing properties, like going through the deeds, brags about it. That came from the detectives involved in this.
Congressman Cleaver, too. You represent a lot of counties here in Kansas City area, and once they see this story, they're going to say, "Well, what about my county? What can we do?" And to have this particular type of a program.
Well, I think what they do is called Frank White, and get the information about how Jackson County is beginning to fight back. And I think there are ways right now that can help prevent this from happening. But the federal government hasn't until I introduced this bill, which is a companion to what's going on in the county. The federal government wasn't even involved. As I say, the FBI doesn't even have this in their statistics, and we're going to make money available once I think the FBI starts reporting on what's taking place all over the country. Then the $10 million that I have in this initial piece of legislation, I think needs to grow. So that communities, Jackson County and other counties that want to get involved will have some help from the federal government financially.
One other question, and maybe Frank wants to answer this. You made this a top priority today. For most of us media folks, I don't think we've heard about the problem, and you really didn't address it years ago. So why today? Why is this top priority now?
Well, this was brought to us, I think over a year ago. 2022, I believe. Congressman Cleaver came and made us aware of it. At the time, we didn't realize the limitations of our Recorder of Deeds office, and through the efforts of my Chief Administrative Officer, Sylvia Stevenson, and Director of Recorder of Deeds, Diana Smith here, they just started plugging away at it, and then I wouldn't let it drop. I kept talking about it because I knew it was important to Congressman. Else he wouldn't have brought it to us. And we all have elderly folks that own home, that's still in their homes. We want to make sure that it doesn't happen to them, because you're getting phone calls every day asking if you want to sell your home, those type things. So you know it's out there, and being made aware of it by the congressman, that's signaling an even bigger problem.
You know, this type of information could frighten the elderly and others as well. So as they see this story, they're going to start to worry. So is there anything you would like to share with them? Is there a message for the property?
Well, I think it's really incumbent upon all of us, the media, to make everyone aware that there is a potential problem, that there is a problem, and this is a way you can safeguard yourself. This is a way you can protect yourself. So I don't think it's anything that you should really get frantic over. Basically, just call the number, sign up, and you're protected, and you'll get these alerts. And I think you'll feel more comfortable that way, because, like I say, people are getting calls every day asking if you want to sell your home, things like that. So everyone should be on alert anyway. But at the same time, I think this gives us a way that we could track what's going on, and recordative deeds, it gives them an opportunity to take another step up in terms of being able to make our residents more aware of what's going on with their properties. And Fiddler Technology is, they stepped forward and gave us a way that we could do this. And like we spoke, there's 114 counties in Jackson County, in Missouri. So if we can get all these counties doing the same thing, then I think it makes everybody a lot safer.
I think Alex might be able to speak to your question, Joe, about how other counties can go about signing up.
Yeah, so when you go to propertyfraudalert.com, you'll pick the state that you want to sign up in, and then it will list all the ones that participate. So you can first start and look there. There might be ones that you are a homeowner in, or you own property in, that you want to sign up in, and they already offer this. So that's good. If they don't, I would reach out to the county recorder in that county and ask them, or tell them you're interested, because they might have a different type of solution that does something similar, or they might not realize that there's this kind of a need or want or demand for this service. Fiddler can work with any county. That's why we're able to do it with Diana's office and everything. So you can easily reach out to us at Fiddler. My email is alexr@fiddler.com, and I would get them to the right people. But just go to fiddler.com, and there's all kinds of info there as well. But it's something very quick that we can, once we get through all the hoops of whatever the county needs to go through to get funding to offer this. It's not hard to implement in anywhere that indexes records and has a county recorder's office. So it's something we can do.
Okay, and I think, Alex, I was trying to write down the number. You said we're the 25th county in Missouri, and over 100 or a million people who have signed up. And you said something about 400 counties across.
It's about 400
counties across the. Gotcha. So we're happy to say that Jackson County is now a part of that number, and we look forward to the media's help in spreading the word and getting people to sign up for this program, and hopefully to let people know that they can safeguard themselves and protect themselves from any potential crime and any fraud. So thank you all for being here today. We appreciate it.